Hello, hi, good day. This is actually one of our screencasts. This is just to show you a quick view about how you walk around Google Forms. There was an upgrade Google did recently, so I'm going to start by logging into my email. I'm going to do that. So let's see. All right. So for some of us that don't really know what Forms is about, it's just a system whereby you want to do real-time survey. So when you go to the email, you click on the tab here, you go to Drive, and voila, yeah, you're in. So in Drive, you could just you're going to New, and you go to More, and you go to Google Forms. So I'm gonna do a small survey and maybe just for us to check out something. So this is actually how the interface looks like. Google actually started last IO, they did something on what's called material design. For some of us that don't know what material design is all about, so you could just simply just Google. Maybe we could just try that. Just show you basically what this is, not to teach you how material design, so we could just Google material design. Let's say material design. Yeah, that's it. So Google has some kind of standard for material design, concept, guidelines, some cool things thereabout. So you could actually, if you really want to know more about this and so on, you could just come here on material design and so on. It says we challenge ourselves to create a visual language for our users that synthesizes the classic principles of good design with the innovation and possibility of technology and science. This is material design. The spec is a living document that will update as we continue to develop the tenets and specifics of material design. So you can actually just go through it. What is material design? Let me just check that. Is it? You can see the environment, 3D world. It's actually form. You see there. So exactly, that's actually what Google has upgraded to here. So for us to start, you can see this part. You have the title of the form. So we're creating the survey right now. So I just really want to say, let's say we want to do a survey on how people are actually enjoying our activities here, like a Google Business Group. So we could just say Google Business Group. Google Business Group. Yeah, that's I'm gonna put here GBG, Abuja. Of course, we're in Nigeria. For those watching out of the country. So we just want to do a small survey. Since we're actually coming up with, there's something called growth hacking. So we just want to use one of the techniques, because this works. So we're using surveys to do that. So we're using a new Google form. So form description, this is just a small survey. Just a small survey. On how we are faring, something like that. I think that's cool. So you could just do that. And the first question is do you know GBG, just a question, and that kind of question, you want people to answer it with either a yes or a no. So you type the question here, these are the options, so if you want yes, if you want no, so you could actually just pick from, these are like the categories of how you could put check boxes, either they say yes, no, or if you want they say both yes and no, but that wouldn't really be nice. So you would just want like a drop down, and you could just say okay, options 1 you could just say yes, and option 2 you could just say no. And no, maybe you could put option 3 like maybe for now let's just leave that out, so you could say yes or no. Then voila, if you actually need more things, I think that's fine. This option here means in case you want to duplicate the question for the next question, this is for delete. This is if we want the question to be mandatory, you just slide it on here, and this is a small tab here for you to actually do more things. You have like in text, like you see as I just clicked it, something came up here like just say yes or no, yes or no, you get, and let's just go back. That's just like small tip for your users, those that are trying to fill it. Then you see go to selection based on exam, so or shuffle options. So this means if you actually have more questions and you want the order to be shuffled as people pick it up, this is really cool. It's free and it's fun. It's fun and it works. That's it. So let me just do another one. So I'm going to duplicate this and just say can we get your email? Can we get your email address? Set up, and you could just say, here, you could just say, please help provide your email address, something like that. Provide your email address, something like that. And in this case, we don't have to actually do like a list. You know, the nature is actually for text, so you could have short answers, paragraph, you could have daytime, you know. So we just want something small, so we just put here, you know, short answers they just provided. So you know, you could actually just play with this thing. It's fun, you know, and it's actually cool. So let me just move up here, you know. I'll come back to this responses. You know, up here means, you know, color palette. I don't like this, you know, purple color. I could make it red, you know. I could, you know, Google is actually fun. They just really want to give you that level of creativity, just for you to just put what you want. And just in case you don't like all of this, you know, you could actually now say, hey, you want to bring out one of your own teams and just do something. You could play around with this thing. It's actually really fun. The next thing here says, you know, you want to view the form real time for you to see how it works. So on click, and it shows you how when people fill, how it's gonna look, you know, for them to feel. If you don't really like this, like if I go back here and I make a change, like, oh no, I think I like the red looks, you know, really cool and all that. I can go back to the illustration and I could just hit the refresh button. Here you notice like automatically takes effect, you know, so it's actually real time, you know. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And next, you know, have settings here. We have can submit only one response. You know, you don't really want people to submit multiple, like fill the form twice and all that. So, but you know, it will require a login. You could try this. You know, confirmation page message for respondents. You know, like here naturally when people fill a form, like for example, you know, let me just show you. Okay, I'm going to show you this, but just take note that you have here that your response has been recorded, meaning by default it's going to just show this statement. But if you don't like it, you like, you know, hooray, you know, something like you know, pad of GBG Abuja something, you know. You could actually just make that like that. You want to customize your own response, you know, that works. And then you have this, you say submit another response. So if you don't want people to actually submit multiple responses, you know, maybe when they finish one, you just don't want the link to show like submit another response, you just need to uncheck this. You can, you know, but I'm gonna leave it up like here. Now we have edit their response. You want people after submitting, you want to give them the ability for them to actually, you know, edit their responses. You know, you check this and see summary of response. You want people to really know, okay, how many of us really said yes, how many of us says no, you know. And I'm going to show you one of the cool features of this, you know, how Google actually plug this into you know, its analytics. It's really awesome, it's sweet, you know. Then you have presentation options. You should know, show progress bar. You want people to know when they fill the first one, you want it to show them 20%, 30, 40, 50, you know. And you want to shuffle order, you know. So anything you really do here, you could just hit a save, you know. It's sweet. And you know, the next thing here we have send. You know, send means you have people you want to send via email. So you can see email here, you provide your addresses. You know, sometimes you have people in groups. If you're familiar with Google Groups, you know, you could just put a group address, you know, it sends directly to everybody in the group, you know. That's really fun. You put subject and all that. And you know, there are times you might really just want to put the form in the body of the mail, you know, include form in email. You could see here, that means the form is going to show in the body of the mail, you know. Pretty cool, awesome. You know, people say in the body of the mail, you know. I think I'm gonna try one of it, you know, for us to see. So send a copy to myself. You know, you could check this if you want to send a copy to yourself. Here we have a, you know, link. This is the link you're gonna share, you know. And actually really fun. But you know, looking at this, is really long, and Google really thought of it like, okay, wow, can we make this thing a little bit shorter, you know? So you could just hit this button here. It says shorten URL, you know. So when you even copy this URL, you know, you could actually go to. So you know, you paste it here, then you hit it, you know, you just find out that automatically, you know, it redirects and it resolves the form real time. It works, you know. So you could see the cool feature. You can see here now it says 100% you made it, you know, something like that, you know. This is really cool, awesome, you know. So like let me go back to the form, and here we have you know, you can also share the form like Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, real time, you know. And also if you're the guy that like you're like me, and you know, sometimes, you know, people are mostly with your phones, you know, you could do like a bulk SMS with those URL, you know, on your phone real time. Smartphones understands the link, you know, people hit it and you know it works, you know. And basically, you know, this part also which says responses here, I'm gonna come here. This is where, you know, you're gonna have all the people's, you know, waiting for responses, you know, not yet captured yet. Then you have here the first tab here says you know, do you want like a conventional spreadsheet? Now what this means is, you know, by default when you fill forms actually puts all your feedbacks on on a spreadsheet, behind the scenes, so just in case you really want to, like, okay, I don't want like an existing spreadsheet, I want to create a new one. I want the name to be like this. I want, just anything you want. So for me here, I'm going to say create. So let it create that one. Then in a spreadsheet will be created for me. So on the spreadsheet, you have it here, your timestamp, you have the GBG, you have come get your email address, just like how we have it, and real time as people feel. Like, for example, let me go back to the other browser here. I'm just saying, do you know GBG? And I'm saying yes. Your email address, I'm gonna put GBG Abuja at gmail.com. The cool thing is as you basically just hit the submit button, it say, hey, hooray, I'm part of GBG. Remember when we edited this, and this is for submitting another response. This was what I talked about initially. So by the time I actually come back here, you'll see it real time. This is really pretty cool, awesome. And the fun part here is you could just play with this thing. You could see if you come down here, show summary of response. Google actually ported this with Google Analytics. It does all the analysis for you. If you have 1 million, 2 million, 1 billion people feeling this, it could be the whole of Africa. You have all those things in pie chart, bar chart, giving you real-time feed. So you just really have little things to really just walk around when it comes to your own technical skill. Google has really done like lots of job for you here. So let's go back, let's see what haven't we touched basically. So you can see your responses are here. You could have a real time. You could, if you want to stop accepting responses, you just need to update, like, okay, wow, the form doesn't work. So here you come back to the page. We just refresh. Let's see what happens. Like, let's look at it. Like, oh, resume collecting responses only for editors. Wow, the form is no longer accepting responses. So maybe you use the Google form for a kind of let's say you need to fill this form on or before so date, like 21st of November 2015, and today is actually 22nd. By the time you turn it off, this is what your people are going to see. So it gives you like this kind of hands-on flexibility for you to just do. It's something cool. I think, and above all, it's free, so you have nothing to lose by trying it out. So behind the scenes, you when you go to your drive, Google actually does one of those things. In your Google Drive, it actually keeps everything there for you. Google Drive is like your hard disk in the cloud. So here you see everything. This is the form, this is the responses. So you hit it real time, and above all, you see Google gives you about 15 gig, just for free. You have it. You could store pictures, you could do stuff. So I think looking at this thing is actually pretty cool. It's free. Why not just try it out? What I was saying is, this is pretty cool, it's awesome. For me, I really like us to try it out. And if you like this thing, why won't you just subscribe to our YouTube page, so that when we have videos like this, as it comes often, you can be part of it. Thank you.